We're here. Finally alive. So obviously got Starlink fixed. They ended up, you see I have two boxes right here. They ended up sending a whole new unit and plugged it in. It worked immediately. So I'm guessing when the bunnies chewed the cord, it might have done something to the dish or something. I don't know. So how is everybody? My eyes are stinging a little bit. So I polyurethaned today the cabinets, the insides. I've been painting them and prepping them for drawers and such. And I had bought some polyurethane, and I had bought it for because I wasn't going to paint um, the inside, but then I decided to paint. So anyway, it's for non-painted surfaces, and I use it anyway. And I don't know if that's why there's so much fumes in here, but I had the windows open and all that kind of stuff. It's getting cold, so I had to shut it down. Hi, Darlene. Okay, everybody's here. Bob's here. KJ's here. Hi, Colleen. You made it. Hi, Robin. You made it. That's exciting. Anna's here. I don't know who else is here because they're not talking. I wonder if there's not a way you can go see that either. So that's what I've been doing. I've been working on the cabinets, and now so I did go like look at it because I painted early this morning. So it's been, well, not early this morning anyway. It's been dry. It's dry now. And so I think that I'm just gonna like do another coat tomorrow, and I'm probably only gonna do 2 coats in that area. Because I'm wanting to get started on the countertop. But I've been taking it kind of easy. So, but I gotta get it going on because the weather's getting nice. And so it's going to be real soon to moving outside and working outside. And we have another cold spell that's coming in. We'll drop down into the, Priscilla made it. Did I see that? I saw big Priscilla and a heart. Let me make sure that I'm on all messages. There we go. So, yeah, so I've just kind of been taking it easy, but I'm having a real... Hi, Sil, you made it. Hi, Juanita. Hi, Michael. Chris, hi. There's Priscilla. Hi, Carol, Bradley. I hope everybody's been really good. Bob says it's been 6 weeks since we did a live. Is that true? Has it been that long? Has it really been that long? So I do have an update, and I was just researching right before we came live, so I feel a little bit discombobulated because it's very emotional. I probably shouldn't have been like researching right before we came live so that I could actually focus. Hold on. See if I can tuck a foot. Just to get a little bit more comfortable. I have been, you guys that have been watching, you know that I've been dealing with a lot of pain since, really last year. And my last checkup at my doctor, I have a marker for lupus, and I have the butterfly rash that goes over, and I don't know when this showed up. So now I have to go back and look at videos and see when I started getting really red up here. It's called a butterfly rash. So it's like right here. Normally my face is real red down here, but now it's up here. And I don't know when that, okay, we don't have mirrors. I don't have a mirror in this house. So it's not like the only time I actually look at myself is when I'm editing. So, so there's that. But it explains the arthritis. It explains the pain in the joints. It explains quite a few things. And so yeah, so I'm just trying to learn more about that because it's not something that I know anybody that has it. Nobody in my family's ever had it, so I do probably need to continue on with some more testing, but I tested positive for the marker for it, and then I have these symptoms. So sensitivity to light, which means this summer I'm gonna have to wear lots of sunscreen, which I don't normally do. Okay, I feel like I'm not getting all of the I feel like there's more on this where I can see you guys than tomorrow is the chocolate holiday. It is the chocolate holiday. Who's doing stuff? I think I'm getting my grandsons. I'm really excited. So I had them all last week during the day, and we had a lot of fun. Jasper really wants to help paint, which freaks me out like a lot. I'm kind of like, I don't want you to help me paint. But he had a birthday, and he is 6 now, and Liam is 8. And so I think they're going to come over and spend the night. So I've got to run into the store and get something that we can do. They're very picky food-wise. So that's always really difficult. Hi, Judy. Hi, Tara. Upstate New York. How are you doing up there, girl? Is it cold? You guys getting a bunch of snow? It's been at least a month, KJ says. Yeah, I feel like it's been a really long time. I didn't feel like it had been 6 weeks, but I did feel like the hardest part is we've had a ridiculous amount of fog. And so my phone has terrible service when we have fog. Bob told me, he said, don't you remember how to do these without Starlink? But that's been the issue, is the fog has been really, really thick. And so I have horrible service when that happens. Why isn't top? Maybe if I go to top messages. Okay, that's weird. All right, now they popped up. The truck has 3 mirrors. It does, doesn't it, Bob? Then I would have to go out there and sit in the truck. KJ, you're right. The diagnosis is scary, but it is the first step to getting better. A lot of it, I know, from what I've been seeing, is the carnivore diet, which is really funny because you guys know that I've been like wanting to really move into keto and carnivore and staying in that space. I like those diets. My body does well on those diets. And then for that to be the diet that that they want you to do is really kind of cool. Carol, 2024 is not your year. Girl, we're only on February. It's hard. It's hard. So, of course, January lasted for like 700 days. Carol, yesterday. Nope, I broke my ankle working in the yard Sunday. Oh no. Carol, that's horrible. Alright, I have to back up now because I'm missing stuff. Priscilla, did you hear when I said we got, well, obviously we got Starlink up, but I think it was the we're blaming the rabbits for it not having worked. There were a bunch of people in our area. We have a Facebook group for the area. They have been talking about, though, that they've had terrible service, but again, I think it's because of the fog. We've had a lot of fog. Normal for this area for fall and spring. At least since I've been here. Da, 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 da. It's been 6 weeks. And it has really been 6 weeks? Since we did a live? So the whole month of January I didn't do a live? I guess that's true. Ta-da. Carol, that is not fun to break an ankle. That's going to put you down. And of course, it's like right at the when the weather's getting good and the season's starting and all the fun things we normally do. I hope you heal quickly, and I will definitely be praying for you to heal quickly and to not hurt. Okay, so I have to tell you this story. So I have a friend named Barbara, and she's, I guess now she's 75, but she was 72 at the time. And she had a lot of tiny house living, but then she bought an RV and she was going to travel. And we were sitting in her RV, and she got up to show me something. She had just gotten the RV. She had parked it on my property and was going to watch my animals when I went on a cross country trip on my motorcycle. And she turned around and missed the step and slipped and broke her arm. Like, it was like straight across, and this part was just hanging down. It was the creepiest break I've ever seen in my life. It looked like she had a rubber arm. It did not seem like a real, because I fractured my arm, but like I've never seen a break like that. I had to drive her into the hospital and to the emergency room and get her a cast and such, and she had surgery and all this stuff. She's doing really well, but that was terrifying. Because if she'd been by herself, I was like, if you'd been by yourself. Now I know how you guys feel when I do crazy things. It's anything but a nap. Haven't paid boards outside, less message. Yeah, and this week we're gonna have really nice weather. And normally in the summertime, I let them do stuff. Like I take the old paint, and I've got the paint brushes, and I'm just like, here, you guys can paint this, so they get to like finish out any of my old paint that I'm not using and do that. So that's why he's like, I want to paint, but not inside. Not inside. Hey, Kelly, you made it. Did you remember to eat today? I did. I had chicken wings. Today was a chicken wing day. Dear Heaven, I can pick up something for you for them on my way up tomorrow. I'm gonna probably run into town, Kelly. No snow upstate. The city got some. Did you guys get a lot for this year, Tara? Did you get a lot up in... I have some friends that are in Upper New York, too. They have some land up there. We did not get as much. We got that cold spell. But this has been a very mild winter for us. And I thought it was going to be a mild winter for you guys, too. It was middle United States that was going to be nasty. Anna working her butt off still. New managers. Still got new managers. That's always fun. You have to break them in now. Oh, still your blood pressure is high today. Yeah, where is Vicky? There she is. Vicky, so I was talking about the lupus diagnosis, and so when I was in the doctor's office, she was saying, well, you have this butterfly rash. And I'm like, no, I don't. My face has always been red. Like, that's a thing. I have rosacea. And she just kind of looked at me and then pulled up pictures and was showing me pictures and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I don't think I have that. And then when I was editing the video, I was like, I do have that. I totally have that. The members chat helps keep the updates. It does. Pain isn't too bad. Told them I need to be real by riding season. Yep. Yeah, because that's hard with a broken ankle to ride. Unless you have a trike. You could do it on a trike. You could borrow a trike if you had to. The truck is running good. So it's a diesel. And diesels don't like the cold. And I'm having some kind of draw on the batteries. So basically what I've done is I've hooked up a charger to it, and I leave a charger on it. And anytime I'm charging the Bluetti, I'm also charging the truck. So that has kept the batteries up to 100%, no problem. I did, and because so, not last Sunday, but Sunday before, I went to church. parked my truck, rode in with some friends because it's a distance. And when I got back, the truck wouldn't start. So my son came and jumped it, and we got to sit and chit chat and talk. And so that was a plus. So now I'm on it. I'm keeping it on the charger all the time. I did buy a disconnect that you can put on the battery, and then you can just disconnect the battery whenever you stop so that it won't pull. So that's the easiest way to keep it from having a draw on it until you can figure out what's actually drawing it down. This is a new thing. This has not ever really done this before. So it'll be interesting to figure out exactly what's wrong with it, but it's been running really good. It does not like under 30 degrees temperature, so it doesn't really want to start or go anywhere in that time when it's that temperature, which is fine because I don't like going anywhere during that time either. So I think I'm going to try to get up tomorrow morning early. I don't know if Kelly and I are going to run errands or not. She is coming over. We're watching a movie. I don't know. It's really fumey in here, so she may not want to. But, hi, Carla. KJ had your first false spring last week, so Old Man Winter is coming back for us. This is our last week, I think, of cold spell. It's going to drop into the 20s at night, but into the 30s during the day. And we warmed up into the 40s, and then it's dropped back down. It said the teens, but now it's warmed up a little bit more than what they were saying. So anyway, I'm such a weather nerd. I love the weather. Vicki, I went to a doctor's appointment with my husband, and he was diagnosed with rosacea. The doctor pointed at me and said, she has it too. I've had it since I was a kid. I would get like super red, just on my cheeks down here, not up here. So she did ask me that if I had chemical exposure in the military, which I did. Fort McClellan, Alabama, the MP, where we did basic training and AIT was the military police and the chemical company. And apparently they'd been dumping chemicals, and the town of Anniston sued the military and won a huge settlement because people were getting sick and they were getting cancers and the water was contaminated and all of this was, I think this was early 2000s, I'm not really sure, but any of us in the military, they're not acknowledging that we had chemical exposure, but that whole area is completely shut down and you can't go in there anymore. So she did mark it down in my records, and she said that could be, you could have gotten this from that. So, I don't know, at least it's there. Terminator 42, Return of the Littles. Spring of Deception. Ooh, Anna, you did some yard work today? Nice. I went out and fed animals, and that's pretty much it. I'm such a fair weather farmer, apparently. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to set up the barndominium whenever I do it, because I don't want to have to trek out and take care of animals. So I think what I'm going to do is there'll be an attached garage, and I'll just set up some stalls right there, and then I can bring in animals, and so I can just go into the garage to take care of them. I don't have to like fully go all the way out. But that, we were negative 40 in that cold blip that we had. There was like 3 days that we were in negative 38 to 43 was the temp. And that was horrible, and it hurt my face to go out and my hands, and the animals did not like it. So I'm going to prepare for that. And then I have like, so for instance, that could be a quarantine area if an animal is sick or a new animal comes in or whatever. The rabbits could be in there. So yeah, I think it's a great idea. Let's see. It's the arthritis. It hurts to be in the cold for more than 10 minutes. Yeah. I couldn't even use my hands. Like I ran out there and I was trying to shut up the ghosts like to chew the side of the barn. So they had chewed a hole through it. So I took a piece of plywood out there and covered the hole. And I had to pre-start the screws in here, and I ran out there and just screwed them in. By the time I was on the fourth screw, I could hardly feel my hands in my face, and I had to um, get back into it. Darling, you guys don't have any snow right now. That's nice. Mine's almost melted. I do have some, but it melted all the way, and then we had a little bit of snow yesterday, snow and rain. We're gonna have 4 days of clear, and then it's gonna be raining again. But it actually rained for an entire week. It was horrible. A sheltered walkway, but an attached barn works as well. Didn't like Germany? I know that I've seen this somewhere. I think it was Germany, where they actually, way back in the day, the barns were attached to the house, and it was part of the heating your house, because and you did small barns. You did not do a big giant barn, because the animals, you want the body heat to. They do the deep litter method. It starts composting in place, and then the animal body heat and all of that. KJ's like, yes, Germany. Yeah, I read a whole thing about it, and I was like, this is genius. And they were talking about, milking your cow and stuff like that, where you just go out your kitchen door into, it's like attached right there, and then you could just go out, bring in fresh milk, bring in all of that, and not have to go out into the cold and get fully geared up. And I just think that's a genius idea. Like, I really do. I love that idea. And then you just clean it out in the spring, and you have all this compost that's already been composting in place. It's helped warm. I guess you would put it on the north side of your house, so then you would have the barn and the animals and all of that protecting your north side. And then you could do your greenhouse on your south side. You'd be good to go. It was the stone and wood, and there was straw throughout the house and the barn. Yeah. I wouldn't want straw throughout the house, but if I could actually do a heated floor. I think that's been the biggest issue, is my feet get cold. The floor, I don't know if you guys can probably hear my fan, but that fan pulls all the heat from the top and pushes it down. And then I'm really comfortable with that going. So I'll have fans and such in here, but if I could have a heated floor, and you don't want to heat the animals up too much, because then they have a really hard time going out. They don't develop the fur that they need. They don't develop any of that. But like if somehow the floor could be heated to above freezing or 45 degrees, I think that would be good. Anna, weirdly, I first learned of this in a video game. I probably got cold at one point and was like, there's got to be a better way. How did they do this back in the day before, we had all the things that we had? Used to do a 10K pretty much every weekend through the countryside. Lovely. Oh, nice. I used to fun run all the gates in the military back when I was in the military. We would do 10-mile fun runs. I think I was crazy. Everyone I know has heated floors and loves them. Anna, yeah. I mean, I do in the barnuminium. I do want a basement, and it'll only be a half basement. It won't be the whole building, but there will be a basement, hopefully. My son, of course, he wants to be the big party pooper. And he's like, well, until you hit shale, so you can go down as far as you think you can go until you hit shale. And when we did the outhouse, that was 5 feet. So that was not very much. I guess at that point you'd have to chip it out to create the basement. But I really want a basement. I want a food preserve downstairs. So that's the goal. If that doesn't work, then obviously I can't do that. But I want to do Let's see. It's a walk. You can run, but it's people walking. Self-paced, no prize for first or anything. That would be fun. I would like that. Vicky saw the same thing on a video on Backwoods Norway. Yeah, these really cold places. That's literally how they would do it. But oh, you can't have one either, Anna. River Kelly can't have one either. Hi, Tim. I'm glad you made it. A dungeon for misbehaving animals. Chloe would be down there all the time. Okay, this is hilarious. So she knows that the rooster's name is Richard. So all I have to say is, Richard, and she will attack the front door and run out into the back and look for him. He doesn't even have to be here, but he likes to come up and like look in the window and such, and she loses it on him. But it's so funny. I was like, is Richard out there? And she came up out of a dead sleep and like went at the door. It was hilarious. He'd be down there too. We have a root cellar though. Yeah, Kelly, I like your root cellar. I would want it a little bit bigger than that, but I honestly would really like to have a movie theater room down there where you can just go down and watch movies, and then have oh, you guys are in and out, huh? Having a good time? You got the zoomies? You got the zoomies? Oh, where's Richard? Guys, can you see her? Look at her. Is he out there? Ooh, Richard. You guys, I've kind of done it all day. It's like hilarious to me. What are you doing there, buddies? Hi. Hi. Let's see, what did Bob say? You can have a basement and a river basin. It's just a swimming pool. He hangs out with the ducks. He hangs out with the ducks. So my son has a flock of chickens, and he's inundated with eggs. And I had really thought, well, I should get some chickens for Richard, because he obviously is a survivor. I mean, he's still here. The cold didn't get him or anything like that. I'll answer you in a second, Tim. So I was thinking about it, but then my son is so many eggs. He brings eggs over, and you have to have a specific amount of chickens, or the rooster will. You have to then separate the rooster from the chickens, because he will breed them too much and cause them injury. So you kind of have to have like one rooster per like 15 birds, and I don't want 15 birds. If I got chickens, or when I get chickens again, I'll probably only get like 5. So he's gonna have to be separate from them anyway. Or I'll have to put those back protectors on them, poor things. Okay, Tim, I did really well in the cold snap. The fireplace, I had the fireplace going, and I put in a propane heater, a ventless heater, and when the temperature is 30 degrees outside, just the heater on itself keeps it at like 72 in here. During that cold snap, I had both going, and I was able to keep it like 65 in here. But like now I'll put the fireplace on in the morning, because I don't know, I get really cold in the morning. The fog comes up, it's wet, it's a wet cold. So I do the fireplace. It'll get 100 degrees in here really, really fast. So I was able to stay warm, and I also did not keep the fireplace going throughout the night. I just kept the space heater on, and I would stack the fireplace right before I'd go to bed, so it would burn for a few hours, and then I wake up really early, so there was only a few hours that it actually didn't have the fireplace going. I I was really impressed at how warm it stayed in here. I was really excited about that. Mary made it. Hi, Mary. The little chicken aprons are cute. Except for that one day you ran out of propane. Yes. So now I went and filled up all my small propanes, and I have the 2 bigger ones. So I have like 5 propane tanks, and I'm on a small tank now, so I can go fill up both of my big tanks tomorrow. And then I still have like 2 more small tanks just in case. So I have now some sitting off to the side. It's not like I run out of one and then I have to go fill that one, and that's kind of what happened. And my firewood got wet. So I don't really have firewood that I can burn, so I'm purchasing the pressed logs, and they work really well. And I'm probably burning 3 of those a day right now, and they're under $2 a piece. But we're warming up enough that I'm not gonna need that really much at all. So it's on the books. I have got to get some kind of better firewood cover that's right outside this door, so it's easy to get. I did end up getting a couple of firewood racks that I brought in, but that really took up a lot of space. There's not a lot of extra space in here, especially right now while I'm building. You guys can see I've got some over here. I've got some plywood there. All the plywood for the doors and the drawers that I'm doing right now this week. So I can get that done. And then I'm moving on to the bathroom. Hi, Susan. It's okay that you're late. Better late than never. I do really want quail again. I lost all my quail. They did not do well in the cold. And so I do want to get more quail. I like the quail eggs, and I like the quail meat, and I like listening to the quail. So I have wild quail that's been coming around and hanging out, eating the animal feed, which is totally fine. I love them. They have the little things on their heads. They're really cute. Darla let me know that it was illegal for me to trap them and keep them. You can't do that. That's illegal. Oh. Well, that's a bummer. So, but I do want to get some more quail. There's a lot to do this summer. We're going to have an early spring, which is really good. And Kira is coming back. So those of you that don't know that, she is coming back for the summer. She's very excited. Kim is staying in Boise. She'll come back and get the rest of her stuff that she left here. But she is back in Boise, and I think she's completely shut her channel down. So, yep, there's that. Oh, Kelly's still, okay. You guys know that I've struggled with this goat that will not stay in. The electric fence is not up during the winter time because there's not enough sun. It's a solar powered electric fence, so I have to do like 8-foot fence minimum to keep the goats in. And so the goats back when I was in Texas, I would have. There was a lady across the street that was a dog hoarder, and her dogs would come over and chase my sheep and attack my sheep. And I really didn't want to shoot the dog, which legally I could have, but I didn't want to do that. I really preferred to train the dog, and I had good fencing up, and I continued to put up more fencing, but the dog would come over, and she'd bring over her puppies, and we had a paintball gun, and so I shot her with paintball gun, and it only took a couple of times, and she never came back. She'd stand across the street and bark at us for 45 minutes, which was totally fine. So the goat has really been being bad girl, sissy, and I had Kelly pick me up a paintball gun at Walmart, and it has worked beautifully. She goes right back in the bin and has basically stopped getting out. So it's worked really well. It's not a super like, I could be really close to her and hit and shoot her with it, and it wouldn't break skin. You know, it's not a hard one. It's not like one that you can make really hurt, but it is enough So that has worked really good. Should have gotten that a long time ago. All right, throw out any questions if you have any. I am worried about this lupus diagnosis and actually getting a lot done this summer because there's so much that I want to get done. Um, it explains the fatigue that I've had. I've had a lot of fatigue. I've had a lot of joint pain, arthritis pain, um, and I'm losing my strength. I'm not as strong. And I noticed that last summer. I was like, I can't carry things that I was able to carry before. And I thought it was from overworking our muscles because, you know, we just work like hard. And so I know that I'm going to have to slow things down. I was talking to my son. I said, I have to get this roof up and I have to get, at bare minimum, the house wrap on. And I have metal, 4-foot metal for the around the bottom. So as long as I can get the roof up, the house wrap up, that metal up, then I can keep milling, especially if we have another mild winter. I can mill, I can pull the sawmill inside and mill the siding and be milling it and putting it up throughout the winter, which would be really nice. I have to make another goat barn. This one was very temporary, and if we would have gotten a lot of snow, we would have been in trouble this year. And I have to do something to cover my firewood where I can get to it. I had tarped it all, but when we got snow, it got really heavy, and we had a lot of rain, and the ice like held the tarp down, and I couldn't get to the firewood. Is kind of what happened. So, yeah, Bob, those chicken aprons that I told you about, for the one that has that one that was getting pecked, they have these little aprons that cover their backs so that protects them so that they can't continue to get injured. Ooh. Hi, Ian. How are you? I'm glad you made it. So that's kind of our plan. And then I definitely want to extend the backyard for the dogs so that I actually want them to be able to go all the way around the shipping container. Give them a bigger place so that they can be more of where I am, and where I'm working. So definitely really want to get that done also. This year. So I'm hoping that physically I can do those things. I have really kind of thought about maybe trying to purchase a tractor, so that I'm not having to physically do things as much. It's quite a bit more expensive to rent. The skid steer is like $450 for Friday. You pick it up Friday night, you take it back Monday morning, so it's basically 2 days. So I mean, I couldn't even afford to do that once a month and try to get as much done as I could. So I don't know, that's a tractor payment really, and then I'd have the tractor all the time. So I am kind of gonna look into that. I think Victor's red tractor will be up here, but that's not for uneven ground. It will tip very easily, and so it's not really one that I can use a lot. I mean, obviously around the barn and such. You know, Darlene, I would love. Here's my problem with used is I am not a mechanic, and so if something goes wrong with it and it doesn't have a warranty, then I am stuck because I'm not a mechanic. And so that's kind of always, I would love to be able to, my stepdad, he could fix anything, and so we would get things and he would just go through them and fix them and it would be like brand new. I just do not have that ability. I need a husband that has that ability. That'd be fantastic. That'd be great. Um, so I have a tendency to buy newer, other than my cars. Like I've always paid cash for my cars, but because there's so many things that I need to get done, I really would want to have a warranty on it. Um, see, KJ, my mom. So my mom, I was in, I think, fourth grade, and we had a mechanic. She had taken the car in, and he gave us this ridiculous um, estimate of what it was going to cost. She was a single mom, and like really couldn't afford to do it, and so she had a friend come over and help her fix it, and then she took a class on how to completely build an engine. And we had an engine. We would spend the weekends and go to the chop shops. No, I guess they're not chop. The pick and pulls are what they're called. And she would, us kids would just run around like crazy, and she would go pull apart and bring it in and completely. She redid a carburetor. So I mean, but she was very, and then she's like, this way I don't have to fix it. I can fix it if I want to, but I also know if they're lying to me. It's probably something that I would have to do. Hi, Nancy. Darlene, sorry, I have no husband or extra men around. So yeah, she also was an airplane mechanic. Um, it was just it was just never something that held an interest to me. I wish I would have learned, because then I could fix things. And I'm sure I could probably figure it out. You know what I mean? Like there's enough YouTube videos out there. I could probably find a video, but with us having such a short season to build and to get things done, if you're spending time working on your machinery because it's broken, then you don't get the stuff done anyway. So I don't know. My son doesn't want me to get one. He thinks it would be a waste. He's like, you would use it for a little bit, and then you wouldn't you wouldn't really have anything for it. But moving bales of hay, moving all the heavy stuff, and you know, with having lupus, I'm probably going to lose my strength even more. So, um, I carried some plywood in the other day, and I was like, my arms don't even want to hold these up. Like, it was ridiculous. And I had Home Depot cut it all, so it was all cut. I can't even bring in a full sheet of plywood in anymore. Not the 3/4 inch anymore. And I used to be able to do that with no problem. Carla, she had some really cool things about her, and those are the things that I try to remember now. She definitely had addiction problems, and uh, didn't end up beating that, but there were some just really cool things that she did do, and that's one of the memories that I have. It's pretty funny. Victor thinks I should get a skid loader, and I would love to get a skid loader. I just don't have $40,000 to get a skid loader, and the bigger one, which is what I would need for. I would also need one with tracks up here. The ones with wheels get stuck every time. So yeah, looking into all of those. Kira is in March. She's coming next month, and she's gonna stay until it gets cold. She said, just doesn't want to do the cold. I don't blame her. Yeah, and for a long time I was just mad and didn't want to have good memories, but I've come through with the forgiveness and the working my steps and stuff. Now I make it a point to really remember the good things that she did, because she did some really good things. Uh, Kira's really excited about coming back and getting to do things. I see. I Exactly, KJ. Like I totally see his point, but cost wise, I can't afford that. I mean, if the channel blows up and it starts making a ridiculous amount of money, sure, that's totally what I would buy. Because you can buy all the same parts, all the equipment that goes with the skid loader has all the same pieces that a tractor can have. Um, so you know, I'm, but it also can like pick up bigger trees and stuff like that. So I don't know. We'll see what we'll see. I'll start looking. I mean, I don't have a lot of extra money laying around, but I do think it would make the this doable. I think right now we're getting into um, it being really difficult for me. And I'm not last summer I don't feel like we got a lot done. And that was because we were waiting on equipment. So if I'm not waiting on equipment, I can at least get stuff done. I can level out the ground, I can, you know, pull up stumps, I can do all of those things. I can work in the garden area. I can um there's just a lot of things that you can do with it. I think it'll be yep, Anna, God's will. Oh, bye Vicky. Got a phone call. Family things happen. Been there, and yes, we need to forgive. You are doing amazing things with the build. Thanks, Carla. I appreciate that. God does have me. You know, it's really funny because I can't remember who I was talking to the other day, but I'm probably living the most difficult time in my life right now with this build and you know not having a shower in here and things are just probably the hardest that they could be, right? Like now, but now I can cook. I've got my stove in here, my oven in here, and so I can cook and I can make things. And it's each time I get something done, it's like I'm just so grateful to have that new thing done. The cabinets are coming along really well, and I'm learning a lot because I've never built cabinets before, so this is new, um, a new skill. And but every time I do something and it just makes life just a little bit easier, I'm so grateful for it, and I'm now I love the decorating part of things. Like I love painting, I love all the decorating parts of it, and I would definitely really enjoy being in a house just doing that. That would be fun too. Um, but I am very content and I'm very grateful for I love where I live. I love that I get to live here and um and I'm really enjoying it. And uh I definitely there was some loneliness this winter, but I've also gotten a lot done. And I'm one of those people that I get up and work and then I take a break and then I get up and work and I take a break and I get up and work and take a break. And it drives people nuts. Like when they're working with me, like I don't do just a let's work for 5 hours straight and don't take a break. I work for a little and then I take a break. And I research while I'm on my break. I'll research stuff or I'll watch something of how do you do that? How does that actually happen? And so it's been easier with it being just me here because I don't have to worry about driving someone else nuts. I can just do it the way that I do it, and I feel like I get way more done that way. Because I'll work all day long. I'll just take lots and lots of breaks. That's why Kira likes working with me because we take lots of breaks. Thank you, Mary. Hi, Susie. That KJ, that's exactly right. Without equipment, you need a lot of people. No shortcuts, unfortunately. That's exactly it. Um, and you know, Victor has equipment, but when he needs it on his job site, we talked about that. I'm like, I'm gonna be here by myself, and or Kira's gonna be here, but um, I physically can't be lifting that stuff. It's going to affect me more now, um, and so him bringing the equipment up and leaving it when he's not using it. So that because that was kind of our agreement in the beginning, is that um, the equipment would come up here when he's not using it, and then I can use it. And so it did happen the first year. It didn't happen really much last year, but I did get to use the new one. So and he's also building down there. We are talking about putting in a well, so we can do an 18-foot well by ourselves. No, bark outside. We don't do that inside. Is that you, Chloe? Where are you? Um, so we're talking about putting in a 18-foot well because we legally can. Oh, hi, Justin. We can legally do that ourselves without having the well company come out. And I think we're probably going to do something very similar to what Courtney and Riley have done, and that's worked really well for them this last year. The wells are so expensive. It's like $40,000 to have a well dug here. It's not cheap. So, hi Wade. Let's see. Oh, okay. Oh, Anna, you do that too. See, I think it's because I have ADD. I really think I have ADD. I really think I do. Let's see. Wait. Hello to Heather at Cozy Ken Farms, and hello to the chat room from the great state of Montana that we call God's country. Hi, Wade. Want to discuss the orange thing behind you? Yeah, Beaver sent me. It'll be in an upcoming video, but it's a sponsored video. It's a brand new table saw, and it has a stand with it, so you could just fold it up, and it'll fold up and go up against the wall and get out of the way. It's so cool. I haven't used it yet. I just put it together yesterday. I need to put all the safety stuff on it. And then I also got a battery-powered nail gun, which is really cool. That's going to make things a lot easier. But I heard that it's really, really loud. That's I have not turned it on. I didn't use it yesterday because I had watched a couple of videos, and the guys were saying this is an on-site construction table saw, and it's louder than most. And so I want to be able to take it outside, set it up out there. And since we're going to have like 4 days of really good weather, hopefully I can get all my face fronts cut and ready to assemble, and then my doors cut and ready to assemble. So any news on Kimmy? She is job hunting in Boise, and that's pretty much it. I think I have it too, Anna. I think so too. We chatted. Safety stuff is good. Yeah. Tried to move the giant cat, and he is displeased. Oh, you're lucky you survived, Anna. The table sellers aren't quiet, so this thing must be something else. No, it's really, really loud. That's why I haven't turned it on, because I can't find any of my headphones. I did start organizing and putting stuff away. Bob is super quiet. What is going on? Usually he's super chatty. So it also has where you can hook up your shop vac to it and suck all the sawdust away. And so I was like, great, this is perfect. I can just cover up the Bluetti and stuff so that there's not extra dust going around, and I can just set it up here and I can get everything cut. But I think it's going to go outside. I don't think I'm going to have it inside and do the cuts and stuff. But it's on it's an easy roll away thing, so it'll be real easy to take places to get to the job site and move it around and stuff. That's going to be pretty cool. Hi, Tony. Tony Baloney. All right, you guys, we're getting close to the end. You got any questions? I needed a new table saw, so I was really glad when they reached out and was willing to, that they let me tell them what I need, and then they're like, yeah, we'll sponsor that. So, because I really needed another one. My other one is pretty much dying. In fact, I don't even know if it made it this winter, but this is much better than the one at Harbor Freight, and cost wise, they're about the same. Just, so far. And the other people that I watched said that it was pretty accurate, so spot on. What's for dinner? I had chicken wings. So what I've been doing is I make my meal in the morning, and then I just snack on that all day long. And and then I pretty much don't have dinner. So that's basically what I've been doing. Now, my grandsons came over and I ate with them and just felt awful about it. Like, I do have a miter saw. I guess it's a chop saw. It's a slidey one. So I do have one. It's just outside. What is the one project above all others you want to complete this summer? I want the roof on the shop. I want the roof on it and the lower metal and the house wrap on. That's what I really, really want to get that done. And then the three things that really have to get done is firewood cover, some kind of new roof either on this goat barn that I have, or assembling a new little mini goat barn, just a 10 by 20. But I really want the shop done. Not done, but you know what I mean, like the roof on and the house. I have house wrap, so the house wrap, and then there's 4 foot of metal around the bottom. So I'm really, because once that's done, everything that I have that's just out and about and I'm trying to cover with tarps and protect that way can be put away. So then that cleans the area and protects the things that I have. And I don't think that I'll get the concrete in. Hopefully I'll get some gravel in and get the gravel in and my brain's not working, leveled and all of that kind of stuff out. I do need to bring in a lot of fill dirt for that one end where the west side is much higher, much lower than the south side, east side. So I need to bring in a lot of fill dirt, and hopefully we can get the gravel in. But that's my main goal, I think, Tim. Tony asks, what are your thoughts about tiny homes? So I like them a lot. I think financially it's a really good idea. I think, so funny enough, when I got out of the service, I bought 20 acres in Texas. I was planning on building a tiny home then. That was in 97. And just a two bedroom, living room, tiny kitchen, and a bathroom, Jack and Jill bathroom. And it was so not a thing then. Actually, I was told that I would probably lose custody of my child because it wouldn't be a big enough home for a child to live in. But I think financially it's really smart. You can't, I think that you have to have other buildings for things. Like you just don't have the things in your house. Or you don't have things. Like, so my situation here is a little bit different because I have a farm, I have a homestead, and I have animals and I have those kinds of things. So in order for me to be able to have a tiny home, I have to have other buildings that things can be in. So like Kira's cabin's going to end up having the washer and dryer in there. And then like I brought in the animal feed because I don't have a good barn yet. So the animal feed was brought in, but I like it. That being said, I am also going to be building a barndominium. Probably not too huge, but definitely bigger. It it's really comfortable with just me and the two dogs in here. It was pretty tight with me and Kim. It was horrible with me, Kim, and Kira. It was just there was just not enough room. Now we are in construction, and so we have all the construction stuff out, and the organization and stuff hasn't been done. You have to not have a lot of things. You have to have really good use of space, but it is easier to clean, and if you're an outside person, I think it's fantastic. Yes, the cement trucks can get up here. We've had them actually. When I did the piers, we had, and unfortunately, I lost all the footage when I was doing my piers. But we had trucks come up, and so they'll be able to come up. The big fire truck came up one day when the people across the lake thought we were burning down the mountain. Oh, New York pizza is good. Let's see. Does the homestead help with property taxes? Does your state have a homesteading act? It does. So, because of the amount, I have 73 acres. So I have a my brain is like left the building. So I'm a disabled veteran, so there's tax relief for that, and then also with the trees, it's a milling tree harvesting thing. My brain's not working. I can't think of what it's called. I'll think when it's over, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, it was that. Who else does that? Texas had a great homesteading act, but the best tax break that I get is because I'm a veteran, a disabled veteran. So that's kind of that. How about New York? Does it have a good homesteading act? Tree farm. Yeah, but it's for a forestry. It's a forestry thing. What's out there, you guys? Is it Richard? No tax sprayings for free range, but right? Why don't we have that? It's funny. These bunnies. I do have one very handsome red. It's gray, but it's a red gray male rabbit that I'm gonna catch, and I have a very pretty gray rabbit that I'm gonna catch. And we're gonna have to go back into cages because this cat that has shown up that I fed because it was skinny and sad has started eating rabbits, and it can go down a rabbit hole and it'll get the babies and it'll kill them. And then and I want to have cats out here because they get rid of the mice. So I don't think we're going to be doing I'm not going to be doing the colony. I'm going to go ahead and set up some rabbit pens. There is a live on Thursday, a members only live on Thursday that we do every Thursday. So if you guys want to come to that, membership's not very expensive. It really does help the channel out, and I appreciate everybody that does it. If you can't do it, I totally understand. Our Tuesday lives are once a month now. It's just, there's just a lot that I have to do by myself, and so I've kind of made that a thing. New York is terrible. There is no homesteading act, but seniors get like 10% off their property tax, which is nothing. That is nothing. That is really sad. That is really sad. New York just over doubled our taxes. Luckily, I do get a discount for being a disabled vet. Man, that is awful. Hi, Jody. Oh, I'm glad you made it. Honey, we're actually just getting ready to get off of here. Tuesday lives are the second Tuesday of the month. Thank you, KJ. Words are hard for me tonight, apparently. And so I had problems with my Starlink, but it wasn't Starlink's fault. It was because the rabbits chewed the cord. And I got the new cord in, but I think when the rabbits chewed the cord, I think it short-circuited it. And so they actually just sent me a whole new unit. And I put it out. It started right up. It's been great. So no problems there. And I got it to where the rabbits can't chew the cord now. Stickers. But a lot of people have talked about with the fog, because we've had really, really bad fog, that their Starlink is not doing well at night for some reason. So I guess I'll turn on the TV tonight. I don't really watch a lot of TV. I kind of use it for uploading and doing this kind of stuff, but I may flip on the TV and see how it does. Words are hard for all of us, but don't worry. We understand. Thanks, Wade. Brooklyn. All right, you guys. Don't challenge them. Oh, the rabbits? Don't challenge them? Little stinkers. All right, you guys. I'm going to take off. It is 6:06. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Make sure you hit the thumbs up on your way out. And I am doing Wednesdays videos that go out at 9. I'm going to do premieres and be live in the comments. I actually really love doing that. I enjoy it. And so we can chit-chat during that. Let's see your dog. Okay. This is Chloe, and this is the little female. Come here, Chloe. Come up here. Come on. Yep. So this is Chloe. They're corgis. Justin's out barking at something. Justin, come here. Let's see if he'll... Come here, bud. Come on. Oh, he's a good boy. Who is a good boy? Come say hi. Come. This is Justin. Justin is they both herd sheep. Justin loves it. I think Justin can herd cattle. He is fantastic. Chloe, you got to go all the way out. She likes to stand halfway. Push her. Go get her. Push her. Don't bark at me. What's that? Yeah, they are pretty fantastic. Chloe is 8 and Justin is 6. And so we'll probably pick up a couple of more baby sheep this year so that he can do some more herding. But man, he was fantastic. And he loved it. He loved it. Didn't you, buddy? All right, guys. Talk to you later. Bye. Oh, are you gonna get me? Ow.